But it's these older vehicles that, you do the maintenance on them, get the oil changed, and you get the transmission fluid changed. A lot of people don't do that. Transmission fluid, do it about every 50 to 75,000 miles. Just do that. And then, like, the suspension, if it's not the greatest thing in the world, don't worry about it. If you can drive on it, fine, but if you're losing control, the suspension's dog shit. Sure, spend $400, $500 getting it replaced, or $1,000. Oh my gosh, that's so much money. It's not. It's really not. Like, when you compare it to, I saw a video of a guy negotiating for a $26,000 Toyota Camry. He had everything pre-approved, and the dealer, you have to go through that negotiation process, and they're gonna win. I'm gonna go talk to my manager in the back. You know what they do? They sit back there and they drink an energy drink and talk about the latest game with their buds. Oh yeah, they came back and I got us a deal. I didn't expect they were gonna do this. We're getting close, and then it's like some bullshit number, some market adjustment number that like does not need to be that high. But like, dude, if you know how to look at used vehicles, you can watch some YouTube videos online. But engine, transmission, and then how it drives. If there's a cracked windshield or something, you can negotiate some money off for that. But yeah, man, like, it's just, and then you look at the person who's driving it, especially if they're like an older guy or an older gal who have like a weird colored car, like a weird brown car, or like a cherry red or something like that. Usually those are the kind of cars where they bought it new and they just been grandpa driving it around. Usually those are good cars to go for. Or just like the weird colors, like that weird green color. You like a CRV or a Toyota with that. Or dude, like, look, this one's not beige, but it's gray. Last one I had was gray. They made a lot of grays. This car was passed around in a family. The mother had bought it brand new, and it just went from kid to kid. I wouldn't recommend that. This one has been abused a little bit more, but I don't know if you can see that. 200K. The fifth gear went out. Oh no. It was like a $200 replacement. And we also did other maintenance, so it was a little bit more. But there was a YouTube video of someone replacing it, and I got with my dad, and we went and replaced it in a day, and we did a bunch of other maintenance, and now this thing's running perfect. 200K. No worries. I have less worries with this vehicle at 200,000 miles than my 2019 Toyota Yaris with 40,000 miles. I have less stress with this vehicle. There's something there's something to be said, okay, about having a good looking vehicle. This is not something where you're gonna win any beauty contests, okay? If you need to go to prom or you need to like make an impression, I frankly do not give a shit about that stuff. But if you need to do something like that, then sure, go rent something, right? But like, this is not something that you have to worry about. This is like, how should I say? This is like the khaki pants of cars. This is the utility belt of cars, the broken in utility belt that is just going to work for you, and you will literally never have to worry about it. And I feel inspired to just fart up this hill. Just fart up, just the car flopping over, just farting, just getting up the hill. Cool, I can do that. I can't do that in a brand new 2019, Yaris. That's actually don't look at that. That's actually a rebranded Mazda 2 made in Mexico. And I'm not, look, Mexico, the manufacturing is getting better down there. I wish those people the best, but it's just not up to like Japanese standards. It's not up to United States factory standards. It's not there yet. Okay, so look for the J on the VIN. The VIN, it'll start with U for USA or J for Japan, and then M for Mexico, I believe. But, you know, whenever you're looking at the VIN number of a car, just look at that and go with something that says J on it. Kaizen, it's the principle they use to, like, keep refining their cars and making them better. But, you know, it's just so nice, man. And look, I have my touchscreen bullshit here if I want to do, like, Android Auto or CarPlay or anything like that, right? This wasn't super expensive either, but I just have stupid simple controls. You know, just tactile, real buttons. None of this touchscreen. Okay. Disgusting. None of this touchscreen bullshit that you see on a lot of modern cars, where you're going down the highway and you're trying to mess with the touchscreen to change your AC. You know what I do? That's what I do. Look, it's so nice just being able to do that. And so don't diss these old cars thinking they're not fun when you can go off-road like that. And if you are going to spend 26 grand on a brand new hybrid or something like that, like, I don't know, man, maybe spend 5 grand. Maybe spend 10 grand on a good used vehicle, you know? My friend, Tyler, he has, I think it's an 08. But it was the first gen electric Camry, like the hybrid Camrys. It was the first gen hybrid Camry. I think it was an 08 or an 07 or something like that. And he replaced the battery for like 2 grand. He got it like installed. Works great. He had the hood. There was like a couple dents in the hood. He cares about how his car looks, and so he painted the hood, and it looks good. And it's an electric Camry. You know how much it was in total? It's like 5-6 grand. Doesn't that sound? And this is like a higher trim model Camry, you know, and it's, you know, a hybrid. It has that electric motor. It has nearly all the positives of the new $26,000 Camry that someone else was posting a video of on YouTube of them going to a dealer. And so, you know, don't knock these old cars, man. Old cars are good. Buy them. And, you know, let's say you get a dent. It doesn't matter. You know, you're not going to be finding a mint perfect older car. And if you are, like, maybe you should just buy a new one. But, you know, when you have the right mindset, when you're like, okay, I want something that works, I want something that's going to be reliable, I want something that I can have fun in and not worry about getting my paint scratched, I want something that is going to get me to work and home every single day, that's going to be able to pick up my friends and we're going to be able to do stuff, that I'm going to be able to, you know, I don't know if you can see that, but that door speaker doesn't exactly look the best. It's because I had to take a part off because it was blocking some sound. You know, this car did not have the greatest speakers when it came out of the factory, and so I had to take that plastic piece off. And it makes the car look slightly worse, but it improves the sound quality. The off-axis performance of these speakers are now improved, and I think it's great, man. I am not having any issues so far. And so just being able to, like, have that mentality of, like, this is a beater car, or this is a reliable beater. It's like the best of both worlds. It's a reliable beater car. You know, beater cars, they're so cool because you do whatever you want to them, but then they're not reliable, right? Not these, dude. Not these. Think like old Buicks. They're good too. Honda, Toyota. Just stick with that, man. If you want an all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive, you can find good Hondas or Toyotas. Subarus, a lot of people say, oh yeah, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, or Honda, Toyota, Mazda. Those are not comparable vehicles. Do not think that you're going to get Toyota reliability out of a Subaru. Subarus are safe. They're made better than than a lot of other vehicles. I'll give you that. But they are not the same. They are of a different quality. They are harder to work on as well. The Boxer engines, a lot of them have like very specific Subaru issues. And so just stay away from that. If you want an off-road vehicle, get a RAV4. You know, one of the selling points with this car, Gorilla Mode Nitric. It's pretty good. But one of the selling points of this car was that it can go off-road, recreational activity vehicle, 4-wheel drive. I have the 2-wheel drive version, so how does that make sense? But, you know, the selling point of this vehicle was that these seats can actually go all the way forward, lean all the way down, and then those seats can lean all the way down. These seats can actually come forward, give you more space in the back. And so you could literally, and you know, I have a job coming up where, cross my fingers, hopefully going to be working backstage, getting things set up for concerts and things like that as a stagehand. But you know, if I need to sleep in my car, I put this seat forward, I lay it down, I lay that down, I have a giant bed. You know, like just stuff like that where it's like, and it's the same with the driver's seat too. You know, you do not have to go with a specific brand to get something. Just go with the most reliable brand. These Toyota cars are not something special. They are not one in a million. There's so many of them. And if you just pick the model you want and you look around on Facebook Marketplace and you pick something that's in a weird color or has a small issue that you can fix by finding a video online telling you how to fix it, or you know, you show up to the place and you're a kind person and they like your vibe, they like the cut of your jib, well then guess what? They might just cut you a deal. That's the best part about used vehicles too. Like, you will actually get a deal on a used vehicle. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at the dealer. I'm gonna leave down. I think I left it in the last video as well. But there's this guy called Nick Rotefort, who works as a car dealer for a variety of dealerships. But you never get a deal at the dealership. You never do that. Like, they'll take off the market adjusted price that is just simply price gouging, and they'll reduce the price, or they'll take it off, or they'll make a call and, oh my gosh, we got a deal. And it's like, no, it's total bullshit. They're always making money on you. And they make so much money that it's just how fast they can get them out the door. They're volume dealerships, a lot of these places, Toyota and Honda. Like, they're volume dealerships. They're not nickel and diming you on every purchase, but they're still getting the best deal on every purchase. So it's like, if you find an old Toyota, don't freak out and be like, oh, I gotta buy this now. They want $5,000, but it's only worth $4,000, but I need to buy it now. Like, no. Like, actually take your time. Realize that there's more Toyotas on the side of the road. There's more fish in the sea. There's more tires in the tire pile. I don't know what the analogy is, but you know, just keep your eyes open. Turn this AC back on, and have a good day, y'all. But like, you know, just make these small good life decisions. Like, I had a good job where I was making money, where I could afford a car payment, where I was renting at a big apartment complex and paying extra money because I felt like I needed it. I just didn't. I literally could have saved a good $500 a month. You know, go on Facebook Marketplace and look for apartments on there. A lot of people, they think, oh, that's sketchy. No, a lot of people, they just own a room or something and they want someone they vibe with, and they'll sell you a room for $800 a month, and you're saving like $400 from the market, and now you have housemates that are chill. You know, it's like, oh, and they'll let you eat farm fresh eggs. That's, you know, my living situation right now. You know, it's a good way to save money. It's a good way to have an optimistic future and save for the future. And a lot of people, they're just not doing these small things that actually really impact their life. Don't get a car payment. You know, I made that mistake myself, and I did it the right way. I got an economy car payment. I didn't buy a big truck or something. I got, not the latest model. I got a car someone drove off the lot for me. I got something that sat on the lot for a long time because it was a manual transmission economy car, and people didn't want to drive it. And it was great, but it was still just like stupid. It was still stupid to keep that car. I got a deal on it. The dealer, they were selling it for less than what it was in the Craigslist ad because they had also reduced the price again. And so I asked for like $600 off, and they're like, oh, it's actually $14,800, not $15,006. I think it was like 600 or something. And I offered them like 15 grand flat, and they're like, oh, it's actually cheaper than that. So that's what I'm talking about with these dealerships. Like, they can reduce the price. It's not like they're always going to be making it out above water. They're volume dealerships. That's that's how they roll. So just keep that in mind. Don't get caught up in the hype. I'm going to leave some videos down below that kind of go into the philosophy a little bit. Nick Rodefort is a good guy. Oh my gosh, my car is making a sound. Don't worry about it. But he goes into some of the philosophy with that, and it's good to just realize, especially as a young person, unless you really need a truck for work, unless you really need X, Y, or Z, like you can still have fun. You can still drive off road. You can still, get something that is going to be beneficial for your life in the long run and not have to worry about it. So get an old car, get a used car, get a Toyota or a Honda, and do your maintenance on it. And maintenance is really cheap. I think timing belt, transmission fluid, oil. And if it drives good, like, take a look at the VIN and see if it says Japanese with the J or United States with the U or M with the Mexico. Get something that's from Japan, even if it's a good car. I'd really still prefer Japan, but if it's United States, it's not the worst. I think the engines and transmissions are still made in Japan. It's just every other part of the vehicle might not be up to the same quality. But if it's a Honda or a Toyota, I would still say if it was made in the US, like, it's fine. But definitely try and get something from Japan. So that's what I would have to say there. Everything else, don't care about it. Okay? Your life is more important than a stupid fucking car payment. Save the money. Support your future. Invest that shit into Bitcoin. Okay? Like, do something with your money. Make it matter in the long run. Okay? Let it build. Man, I wish. I don't know. Investments are important. Whether you're investing in Nvidia stock, or some penny stock that you don't know it's going to do. I don't know. Investopedia. Check that out. Do something with your money. Don't spend it on a car payment. It will get old. It will not be fun anymore. It will be just a tool that you use. Don't go in debt for it, unless you really have to. So that's all. That's my message. You can still have fun with these vehicles. My friend Tyler, he had an FJ Cruiser. That was one of the best off-roading vehicles out of his entire friend group. Yeah, we have some pretty crazy videos of him going through the snow in that, but that was less than $26,000. A giant FJ Cruiser, less than 26, and it was like objectively it's a superior build of vehicle than the Camry that one guy was buying. So different purpose, but you still get the picture. So anyway, oh yeah, and he had the FJ Cruiser, the big built vehicle for off-road fun, and he had the electric Camry for the everyday gas mileage, and it was a bigger interior so friends could fit in there, but there's more space and it was just better. He had two vehicles, and it was still less than the $26,000 that guy was trying to spend on the new Camry. I know those new cars are cool, but you just gotta think about this stuff a little more. Let someone drive it off the lot for you at the very least. If you need to buy new, buy a new car that has 20,000 miles on it that someone drove off the lot for you. Just do that, okay? Because look up online how much that depreciates right when you drive it off the lot. So that's all. Goodbye.